Poke Nerds, welcome in. Thanks so much for being here Monday, November 24th. Thanksgiving week already upon us. Absolutely crazy. Hopefully y'all had some really fun Poke plans over the weekend, and hopefully you're enjoying the hobby right now. I know it can be difficult to do with all the basically just brand new sets being unattainable, unbuyable, unfindable at reasonable prices. It sucks. But right now, we're going to look at the 10 most expensive special illustration rare cards from the Mega Evolution block so far, talk about if they're investable, and just talk about the cards in general. Because I think even with Phantasmal Flames being a tiny set, it still has some very interesting offerings. So we're going to dive into Phantasmal Flames, Mega Evolution base set, the 10 most expensive special illustration rares so far from this era, where they're at, kind of a market watch, and talk about the investability and just are they good buys right now. So really appreciate y'all being here. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. You can also check out our channel membership, $2.99 a month, weekly member exclusive giveaways. Shout out to all of our channel members. So if you're investing in cards, cardboard, and singles, not boxes, sealed, right? It's a risky game. They're volatile, no doubt about it. And if you're talking about trying to flip, the singles game ain't for you, especially not in this. A lot of folks are very hesitant right now. A lot of cards are having downward pressure. Then you also talk about the fact that these are brand new sets. Even Mega Evolution base set, basically a brand new set. Buying early is generally not the best play, and it can end up costing you a lot of money if you buy too early. So generally speaking, buying singles of a set like Phantasmal Flames that just released barely over a week ago, not going to be a very good idea. You're going to want to wait a while, see how things play out. However, there's examples of like Destined Rivals where singles have stayed really strong. Now they are starting to finally dip and have some lows 6 months later. And I think, 6 months plus is probably the best thing to do when it comes to waiting on new singles. Waiting, especially in this crazy hype market. When is this going to end where the brand new sets are, Destined Rivals is almost $400. Mega Evolution booster box is $250. Phantasmal Flames is still like $275 plus. Waiting is definitely going to be your best play. However, if you're looking at some of these cards, you want to add them to your collection, let's dive into it. Really appreciate y'all being here. So, Mega Sharpedo EX Special Illustration Rare from Phantasmal Flames. This card, I think, has a lot of mixed opinions on it. I personally like it a lot. I also acknowledge that this Mega Sharpedo EX and the Mega Lopunny EX from Phantasmal Flames have some kind of full art vibes to them. I think they're a lot better, more detailed, inspired arts than full art cards. But this special illustration rare is $43. Market price $41.97, down 30% from release, which basically everything from Phantasmal Flames has crashed down. I think that the prices will continue to fall over the next 6 months plus. I mean, heck, you look at Surging Sparks, about a year old, and you're seeing a lot of lows on those cards as well right now. So you can wait a long time and probably be making the right decision when it comes to if you're actually trying to invest in these cards. I mean, look at Prismatic. Took forever for those cards to come down in price, but they did, and they bounced back up. So timing the market can be difficult. And sometimes that's what you have to do. I think just having time in the market can help you time the market long term. That's a debate for another day, but $38.10 was the low. It bounced back up. It's now about 40. We need to be on near mint here. About $42 plus dollars. I'm surprised to see this have a bounce back up already. Honestly, I really am. Mega Sharpedo EX Special Illustration. Not the most popular Pokemon, not a widely just beloved card so far. I'm a little bit surprised to see the bounce back up. This is the 10th most expensive special illustration rare so far of the Mega Block. I would expect it to drop in price significantly. I really would. But we'll see. So the funny thing about the Pokemon market is, we can have all these opinions. What will happen with this specific card? It is predictably unpredictable, the Pokemon market. So that's another thing to keep in mind. But what you can do is draw back on your history, your knowledge, what you've experienced. My experience suggests this card will not remain this expensive. I think it will certainly see cheaper price points. I like it a lot, though. Next up is Dawn from Phantasmal Flames. Currently a $55 card, and you see that line basically straight down. Dawn will be a more expensive trainer card in Japanese. The female trainers always are special illustration rares. I think it's a cool card. Dawn has a flat tire here, kind of trying to get the bike to a bike repair shop. But it's a pretty card, a pretty art for sure. Dawn's pretty popular. But to me, this is another one. I don't see any way that it stays this high of a price. And the graph is kind of agreeing with you there. I like it for sure, but I do prefer, I've talked about this a lot, for me personally, to be like excited about a trainer card, I've got to have Pokemon in there as well. I can't just have a trainer. I want to see the trainer with their Pokemon. Mega Kangaskhan EX from Mega Evolution base set. This is the cheapest special illustration rare Pokemon from Mega Evolution base set. Another one that I don't think everyone loves it, the hobby sentiment, but I like it. I've liked every special illustration rare Pokemon card that they've done so far in Mega Evolution. The block so far, the two sets that they've done. But I can see why. Again, this is another one that has a little bit full art vibes. I think that the kind of streaks of color that indicate that it's a Mega Evolution a little bit make it feel like a full art with some of these. But I like the Mega Kangaskhan. This card is $70. I mean, it's had a pretty significant decline. I definitely think this card's going to keep going down. Kangaskhan is a cool Pokemon in my opinion, but it definitely is not one of the more popular from the original 151. I don't see it staying here. And that's going to be a common refrain here. Basically, the answer to the question in the title of the video, should you invest in Mega Evolution Special Illustration Rares? The answer right now is no. Do I think long-term a lot of these could be really good? Yeah. But I think that there's going to be downward pressure based on the kind of lack of confidence in the hobby right now, and just the fact that there's going to be so many more of these added to the market over the coming year. Like, these cards are all probably going to be in print for the next 2 to 3 years. Another thing to keep in mind. Next up, we've got Mega Absol EX from Mega Evolution base set. Love this card. Mitsuhiro Arita. You've got a lot of kind of callbacks in this card to older cards, different cards, the Noivern, the Mewtwo, a lot of different cards. But this is kind of like the White Knight, the Gargoyle, Mega Absol. I do like Mega Absol's design a lot. I think the wings are really cool. Adds a lot to the Pokemon, in my opinion. I love this art. I have this in Japanese. It's down to about $77. Had been over 100. About a month ago, it was 100. It's had a sharp decline, as a lot of cards have lately. All of these, I think you can see lower prices in the future. Really cool card, though. Next up is Lillie's Determination from Mega Evolution base set. This is the most expensive trainer card so far. And again, I mentioned no Pokemon. I don't love that. But really, this is a card. Lillie is one of the most popular trainers out there. Lillie cards do really well. Also, very playable card. I don't know who's putting a $100 special illustration rare in their deck, but very playable card. So like the full art and the standard version, people want this card for sure. But this card, the color and the brightness, like when you see this card in person, and you can even really tell on the screen, it is bright. And Lily's eyes pop with the greens, and then you've got the yellows of all the flowers around, the blue in the sky. It is a really bright, cheerful card. I like it. Am I prioritizing it for my personal collection? No, because I want Pokemon. I want Pokemon on these cards. So for me, definitely not prioritizing it, but you can get it a little under $90 right now with some legit listings, $88. Market price, $93. This card had been up to, as recently as a month ago, $160. So yeah, these cards are at much better prices than they have been. There's no question about that. Still, I think that they can fall further. But ultimately, you shouldn't be necessarily just taking what I say and running with it. You should be able to figure out your own opinion for this stuff. I'm just sharing mine. It's not financial advice. Mega Latios EX Special Illustration Rare from Mega Evolution base set. This card is, they say 112, right? You always got to actually look at the listings. You can get this card for right at about $100 from legit sellers right now. And this card has had a steady, when it first came out, it was almost a $200 card. It has just really, really gotten hit hard. And it's Akira Egawa, Mega Latios. I love the card. I have it in Japanese. Not everybody loves it. I think not everybody loves the Mega version of Latios and Latios, where they really look like a jet engine. That's what the Pokemon are. The design is based off of. So like, I don't really get why people don't like that personally. Like that's where these were inspired, these legendary Pokemon. But I think that Akira Egawa has done a fantastic job kind of capturing the motion and the speed of Mega Latios here. And I think it's really cool. I know not everybody loves this one, but I really do. $100 right now. Probably still too high. But it's unpredictable the way the market will react over the short and long term to these cards. And the fact of the matter is that they are down significantly. Almost all of them. If you want to add them to your PC, I wouldn't blame you. If you're simply thinking from a money standpoint, I don't know. I think there's probably better places right now to look. Mega Venusaur EX Special Illustration Rare. This is the third part of a triptych, and it does have Venusaur in it. The Venusaur is in the Mega Venusaur EX card and the Ivysaur. You've got the three cards that kind of go together as one piece of art. I think it's really neat. Again, I have this in Japanese, but this card was up over 200 post-release. Like it had a strong, strong hype post-release, and like everything else, it's come back down to earth, about $150, $155 for this special illustration rare Mega Venusaur EX. I love it, but can't really recommend you drop that money on it right now. Mega Lucario EX Special Illustration Rare. My favorite. I did pull this card. I sold it for like $325 at release. A lot of times if I pull a big hit in English, I'll sell it and just get the Japanese version. Or if it's gradable, obviously I'll grade it. But yeah, this card is about $195, $200 right now. It had been over $300 it was right $290, $300 a month ago. So significant decline. But love this card. This is one of my favorite cards of all time. Lucario is top 3 for me, But you have so many battle scenes going on here with Lucario versus Mega Venusaur. You have Mawile and we can zoom in here. You have Mawile and Mega Mawile, Mega Kangaskhan. You have Latios zooming by here. You have Manectric and Abomasnow. That's like peak to me. That's as cool as it gets. But about 200 now. Definitely a low. How far will these cards fall? Mega Gardevoir EX Special Illustration Rare. A lot of people think that this is the best card from Mega Evolution base set. I personally prefer the Mega Lucario, but it's a great card. Beautiful card. You've got the full evolution line, and like from a high art perspective, probably you would go with this one over the Mega Lucario. I appreciate the battle scenes. I just do. That's my opinion. But yeah, you've got Ralts, Curlia, Mega Gardevoir. It's beautiful. This card, it was manipulated early on, which was really weird. Some super low sales, but it kind of settled in and it was up over 300. About a month ago, it was over 300. It's now down to legitimate listing 210. Beautiful card. Definitely going to be looking to add it to my collection in Japanese. I'm a collector right now. I think Ultra Modern is the best. I just do. I think the designs, the arts that they're coming out with right now are top tier. I'm really enjoying the Ultra Modern stuff. And I think the best card ever printed was printed in English not too long ago. And Phantasmal Flames. And we're going to get to that. But first, I've got a bonus card to look at that is a special illustration rare style card, but it's a promo in English. In Japanese, it was a special illustration rare in Inferno X, making Japanese Inferno X having more special illustration rares than the English Phantasmal Flames. You don't see that very often, where a Japanese set is actually bigger in a way than the English counterpart. Now, in the Japanese set, you don't have Paldean Wooper, you don't have Meowth, but you do have an extra special illustration rare. And we'll talk about that more in the future. But this is in the UPC in English, and it is a gorgeous Shinji Kanda Oricorio EX card. I absolutely love this art. I think it blows certainly Seismitoad out of the water, but this is like a peak Shinji Kanda art. It's so good. And you can get it around $25 right now. I went ahead, I did buy one. Now, there's going to be more of these UPCs hitting big box stores and wholesalers. So I think there's a chance that this card could get into the teens. Right now, again, about $25. I wanted to make sure I had one. I have at least one of every single special illustration rare style promo card on the English side. Going into the Scarlet and Violet era and now into Mega Evolution. So I wanted to make sure I continued doing that. But this is a card I'm going to be watching heavily. If it does get down into the teens, I'm going to buy a lot of it. I'll tell you that right now. I think that this card has so much potential long term as one of the few special illustration rare promos that they've actually done. I just think it has a lot of potential there because you look at Kingdra, Mew, Greninja, Eevee. Yeah, I think this card and those cards are going to do really well long term. So I'm excited about this one. I really am. And then you get to the king, Mega Charizard X, EX, Special Illustration Rare, Phantasmal Flames. In terms of just dollars and cents, this is the card that has been hit the hardest by far. I mean, there were sales over $1,500, then there were sales over $1,000, and now you have legitimate listings for this card under $600. We talked about, I believed this card because it was so relatively easy to hit as compared to most chase cards from most sets that it would see a precipitous drop in value on the secondary market. And that's exactly what we're seeing. How far will it fall? I don't know. I really don't. But it has gotten under 600 pretty quickly. And there's still downward pressure on it, right? Just a lot of these being pulled all over the place. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous card. You got Charmander. And of course, they did screw it up in English. I don't know how you fix this. But Charmander's face is pretty much covered up. You have Charmeleon, you have Charizard, and then you have Mega Charizard X, EX. The colors on this are just gorgeous. In love with the card. I think it's a masterpiece. It's going to be a grail. But it's going to be printed for the next 2 to 3 years pretty heavily. So what will happen with the price, I really don't know. I expect it to continue to fall. I don't know where the floor will be. But, you know, even though this card is relatively easy to pull, it's so good. It's so, so good. I just love looking at it. And yeah, I'll tell y'all, I actually did trade in a couple of old booster boxes. Get that Mega Charizard XEX in Japanese in the PSA 10. Why'd I get it in the 10? That's what was available. It looked absolutely amazing. Shout out to my buddy who actually got this graded himself and then traded it in over at the local card store. But it's a masterpiece. And so did I actually spend any money on it? I mean, not new money. No. Traded in a couple booster boxes that I was ready to move on from. Got myself the Mega Charizard X EX special illustration rare or special art rare, Japanese PSA 10. I'm really excited to have it. And don't regret that one bit. And even if the price keeps going down, I really don't care. I'm just happy to have this thing. Enjoy it. Ultimately, I love enjoying my cards. Look at my desk right now. It's insane. I just look at all these cards all the time. But yeah, that'll do it. Basically, point of the story is a lot of charts looking like this right now with all these modern cards, and that's the way it should be. You should see downward momentum on these. The question is, where will they land? I don't, with especially Mega Evolution, base set, and Phantasmal Flames, these cards are going to be printed so much over the next couple years. So I would be weary about, thinking from a monetary perspective that you're making a great play by buying a card, even though they're down significantly. I think that they'll continue to go down over time in the next couple years. It's just not the safest place to put your money, these singles. However, if you're a huge fan of the cards and you just want to have the cards, knock yourself out. Have a good time. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion, what I'm doing with my dollars and cents, with my collection, and just kind of taking a look at the market. So make decisions for yourself. Don't let others inform your decisions. Go be a smart collector. Pursue your goals. Do what you want. And do it responsibly within your financial means. Really appreciate y'all being here. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. And y'all have a good one.